Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Craig Ortez, Superintendent of Morris Community High School, and I can't tell you what an honor and a privilege it is to be standing here today to celebrate Honors Day, to look out and see all of you. It's been such a long time since we've been able to bring all of you together for any kind of assembly. And we got a great day out of it, so couldn't ask for a better environment than right now. I want to welcome our parents and other guests who were able to join us today, as well as those of you who are watching us online. This program will be posted to our YouTube page, so if you have friends, family who didn't get to see it, it'll be up there for them to watch later. Honors Day has always been one of my favorite days at MCHS. It's a long-standing tradition and a chance to celebrate all that you have accomplished. We're very fortunate to be able to provide numerous scholarships to this year's graduates based on the generosity of many families and organizations in the Morris community. Thank you to the families, donors, and groups who have made these scholarships possible. With the uncertainty of this year, we respectfully requested to present these awards on behalf of those various donors. This is the first of two programs that we'll be bringing you today. This afternoon, we'll have our organizational awards program at 1:10. That features athletic and organizational recognition along with Department Students of the Year. And later this morning, I'm going to watch time and see how we do. We will also acknowledge students from all grade levels for their outstanding academic achievement this year. So while many of today's recognitions are for seniors, we will be recognizing students from all grade levels. If your name is called, please come forward for your award. We realize it may take some time for some of you to get down here, especially if you're not a senior. Our principal, Mr. Gorley, and I will take turns with many of these presentations this morning. And we have a few other faculty who will be helping us out. Just a note to those teachers, when you see your turn approaching, or if you're not with a class right now, feel free to join us on stage and be ready for your presentation. And if I forget to say this, when we're done, seniors, we are going to keep you a little bit longer after the program. So with that, I'm going to start. Grundy Area Vocational Center is pleased to award several scholarships, along with the generous donations of dedicated community members and groups to support the educational and professional pursuits of our graduating students. Each award honors those who demonstrate excellence in academics, skills, devotion to community, and devotion to continued education and training. I'm pleased to present our first scholarship with gratitude to Dr. Keith and Senator Sue Rezin, the Rezin Scholarship, in the amount of $750 to Sophie Path. And seniors, as you come up, you can come up to either side of the platform. I am pleased to present the GAVC Activity Fund Scholarships in the amount of $500. We have two of them, to Morgan Brown and Haley Eckert. Next is the Sheriff James Olson Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 to Mason Eckert. I'm pleased to present the Live Stream and Multimedia Scholarship in the amount of $250, and there are two of these, to Jenna Malaise and Brianna McGray. At Exelon's Dresden Station, we create enough nuclear energy to power 1.8 million homes, and we do it through the brilliant minds of our employees, some of who have themselves pursued a STEM-based education and followed their hearts into a field that produced clean, reliable energy now and in the future. As such, we are investing in the future today with a scholarship to a student seeking a STEM-based profession. Exelon is a company that recognizes the importance of diversity in all aspects of its operation. Diversity of background, diversity of knowledge, and diversity of thought to develop long-term solutions and meet climate challenges facing our society. The recipient of this scholarship plans to study biochemistry at the University of Wisconsin. It is my pleasure to present the 2021 Exelon Generation Dresden Station Award to high school senior Taylor Nelson. Next is the Honor S. Trotter Scholarship. On behalf of the Saratoga School Scholarship Committee, we want to thank all of the applicants for this year's scholarship. You all have excellent credentials, and we are truly excited that you will be joining us in the profession of education soon. The committee went through the applications carefully to review each candidate with no names attached. We are proud to announce that this year's recipient of the Honor Trotter Scholarship is Owen Burns. Good luck to all of you as you graduating seniors as you embark on your future's next chapter. Next is the Spirit of Frew Scholarship. This scholarship was initiated by the family and friends of Thomas G. Fruland. The family wishes to dedicate the scholarship not to the memory of Tom, but to his spirit. His passion for life and devotion to family and friends were qualities that he shared with everyone. It is the hope of those who support this effort that the scholarship will somehow help the recipient to accomplish his or her dreams. This year's recipient for the Spirit of Frew Scholarship is Colsey Connor. The Jessica Bennett Memorial Scholarship for the Performing Arts was established to honor a former MCHS student, Jessica Bennett, who passed away in 2014 at the age of 25. Jessica spent all 4 years at Morris High School actively participating in the choir, madrigals, the fall play, and spring musicals. Music was an integral part of Jessica's life, both in and outside of school. She truly enjoyed cantoring at church and followed her love of music to Millikan University. Music impacts our ability to connect with others, and it plays a significant role in strengthening social bonds and making us more empathetic individuals. Jessica found it to be a beautiful shared experience. It brought her joy. It allowed her to share her joy with others. The same is true of performing. Jessica also enjoyed the stage and the connections she built with fellow performers and the audience. Here's a quote from this year's chosen applicant. "There is no doubt it is fun performing, but it is enhanced by what it can bring to others. Each and every performing experience was memorable and, quite frankly, life-changing." As the Bennett family read this year's scholarship applications, it was very evident to them that the performing arts affected all of these students in very similar ways. The friendships that developed, the self-confidence gained from performing, the ability to connect with others, and the joy and happiness the performing arts brought to each and every student. Jessica's family hopes that students here at MCHS will continue to become a part of their exceptional music, band, speech, and theater programs for years to come. The Bennett family is extremely honored to award this year's Bennett Scholarship for the Performing Arts to a student who truly embodies the arts and whom they have no doubt will continue celebrating the arts in the future. This year's Jessica Bennett Memorial Scholarship goes to Molly Gustafson. I'm now going to have Mr. Gorley do our next round of presentations.
Thank you, Dr. Ortez. A little temperamental. Yeah, we'll go with that. Sorry. The Morris Police Benevolent Society is a fraternity within the Morris Police Department comprised of sworn, retired, and civilian employees. The mission of the fraternity is to cultivate positive interactions with the citizens of Morris and assist citizens and members in need. One of their projects is to provide a $500 scholarship to the Morris High School student interested in pursuing a degree in the field of law enforcement or other related fields. This year, the $500 award goes to Caitlin Fowley. Congratulations, Caitlin. The next award is the Morris Rotary Scholarship. The Morris Rotary Club congratulates all seniors for their accomplishments in this difficult year. Morris is the world's first small-town Rotary Club made up of businessmen and women interested in the betterment of people around the world. The recipients of the Morris Rotary Scholarship are Morgan Brown, Owen Burns, Jenny Chin, Kiki Ding, Rachel Heap, Cade Miller, Myra Olivares, and Sophie Pfaff. And now please welcome to the podium Mr. Ray Burgess.
Good morning. Today I'm presenting the Vista Learning Scholarship of $1,500 and a laptop for advanced educational purposes. In my role of challenging students here at MCHS and holding them accountable, I encouraged them yesterday to take pause, find appreciation in the people that came before you. Please find admiration in the traits that we see today. There's a quote I like to use in class consistently. My veteran students know about the cool quote that Winston Churchill said about meeting Franklin Roosevelt for the first time. He said it was like opening his first bottle of champagne. And there's a lot going on there that I could dive into, and you guys know I have. But I'll take a different route with this honoree. I'm going to tell you about meeting my buddy Justin. Meeting him was like having your first cherry Coke. But I'm talking about like a cherry Coke you get from the diner, with real cherry juice, not like from a can. Real energy, really refreshing, and a real taste of sweetness. Those who have participated in a sport, class, or event with Justin, you all have a story. Some have inside jokes, and I'm known for those. What about Mrs. Burgess? You see, our sophomore basketball team probably has 101 stories about our man. Along with the pleasures of Justin from teaching and mentoring, from a teaching and mentoring perspective, I see that he's a dreamer. He's the embodiment of a goal setter. He believes in daily improvement, and he's an achiever. When I first really met Justin as a sophomore, he did not go to MCHS. He expressed to me that he wanted to come to Morris High School, be with his peers, and that he was working hard to get here as a junior. That year, he concentrated on his role of a developing student with that big goal in mind. Along with all the great stories I have of that year, I learned new levels of appreciation for the young man and a respectable work ethic. This young man was welcomed in the hallways of MCHS his junior year. He did not miss a beat. He would check on me from time to time as I would him. He particularly liked comparing what Mr. Lanning was teaching in his U.S. history compared to what was going on in my room. He had a lot of respect for Mr. Lanning. Has. I'd check his grades directly and indirectly every once in a while and see that he was continuing his goals. I have to tell you, Justin's only earned A's and B's in his high school career. Justin's working to maximize his ability and his experience. He's a three-sport athlete. He holds a job. He earned his own car. He carries a lot of weight with that great big smile. I'm so excited to see where he goes from here. I have to thank those who guided Justin, his family, his teachers, his coaches, his peers, specifically those at the REACH program who sacrificed and directed him. Importantly, thanks Mr. Babson who scouted this scholarship. Thanks to those who taught Justin to achieve and shared in his growth. To those that gave him direction. In summary, I expect Justin to continue to fulfill his potential. He's somebody you can look up to. Somebody to cheer for. Congratulations to Justin Matthews. May you fulfill all your dreams. We're so proud of the student you've become. And Justin is part of our quarantine experience right now, and so as I've grown closer with the young man and as he looks me in the eye, he will shake my hand. I look forward to a great big hug for the young man. Go ahead and give Justin and MCHS level of appreciation. Congrats, Justin.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess. Our next scholarship is the Corso Prinzler Art Scholarship and is given on behalf of the First Midwest Bank. It is a great pleasure that I present to you the Corso Prinzler Art Scholarship to the most outstanding art student for the 2021 school year, to Miss Darcy Ansel. Our next scholarship is the Joe B. Lowry Scholarship. The scholarship is an extension of the American Legion Service Award, committed to the mentoring of youth in our community through various services and programs. This year's Joe B. Lowry Scholarship is awarded to Molly Gustafson. Our next scholarship is the Hammer Scholarship. This scholarship is named in memory of Mr. Kenneth S. Hammer, who was superintendent of Morris Schools for over 20 years. He devoted much of his life to the improvement of education for children and teachers in Illinois. The Hammer Scholarship Committee is made up of teachers from the Morris Elementary Education Association who currently teach at Morris Elementary District number 54. Who always are excited to see the passion young adults have for teaching. This year's recipient is a compassionate, dedicated student. She has shown great interest in becoming a special education teacher. Through GAVC and other community activities, she has demonstrated her passion for working with children and her willingness to do what she can to help those in need. It is obvious that she will make a wonderful future teacher. The 2021 recipient of the Kenneth Hammer Award is Emily Lindenborn. The Society for 40 Men and 8 Horses is an independent, invitation-only veterans and service members organization. more commonly known as the 40 and 8. The 40 and 8 is committed to charitable and patriotic aims. Their purpose is to uphold and to defend the Constitution of the United States, to promote the well-being of veterans, their widows, widowers, and orphans, and to actively participate in selected charitable endeavors, which includes programs that promote child and welfare training. In 1941, the 40 and 8 began issuing nursing training scholarships for those individuals who demonstrated their willingness to undergo formal training and seek a career in nursing. This year, the 40 and 8 Nursing Training Scholarship has been awarded to 3 applicants. They will each receive a $500 scholarship. They are, in alphabetical order, Taylor Brayman, Morgan Brown, and Mackenzie Welch. The Society of 40 Men and 8 Horses Local 1195 of Morris, Illinois is proud of each of you and your achievements and your future careers in the medical field. Congratulations. And now please welcome to the podium Mr. Alan Thorson.
Good morning. My name is Alan Thorson. I'm the head football coach here at Morris High School, and I have the privilege of presenting 2 scholarships this morning. The first scholarship is the Morris Warriors Troy Shannon Scholarship. On behalf of the Morris Warriors and the family of Troy Shannon, we proudly present this year's Morris Warriors Troy Shannon Scholarship to John Landers. John showed the dedication, desire, and commitment to better his teammates as well as himself, showing the true meaning of not only being a former Morris Warrior, but a proud Morris Redskin. Congratulations, John. The second scholarship that I'm here to present is the Morris Quarterback Club Scholarship. Each year, the Morris Quarterback Club Scholarship is awarded to 2 students. This is a $500 scholarship. The applicants are randomly selected and must have played football for all 4 years at MCHS. This year's winners are Tyler Davis and Nathan Jepson. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Thorson. Our next award is the American Legion Service Award. The American Legion was chartered by Congress in 1919 as a patriotic veterans organization devoted to mutual helpfulness. It is the nation's largest wartime veterans service organization committed to mentoring youth and to the sponsorship of wholesome programs in our communities, advocating patriotism and honor, promoting strong national security, and continued devotion to our fellow service members and veterans. The American Legion was founded upon these 4 pillars: a strong national security, taking care of veterans, mentoring youth, and promoting patriotism and honor. In Morris, the American Legion are very proud of the many youth programs they support, including Boys and Girls State, the Youth Police Academy program, American Legion Baseball, boy and girl troops with the Boy Scouts of America, and the recognition of 8th grade and high school graduates each year. This year, we congratulate Alex Duffy and Sophie Pfaff as the recipients of the 2021 American Legion Service Award.
I would now like to call Mrs. Shannon forward.
Good morning. Student Council established the Always a Redskin Foundation to promote a sense of community and pride amongst MCHS students. Each year, the foundation grants a $500 scholarship to 2 seniors who can demonstrate involvement as a leader in an MCHS organization, maintain a 4.5 GPA or higher, plans to attend a post-secondary institution, and submit an essay entitled, "What Being a Redskin Leader Means to Me." This year's first recipient wrote in her essay, "I have learned that a leader does not step on those to hoist themselves higher. Instead, a leader lifts others before themselves so that everyone can achieve to their fullest potential. When you are a leader, it is important to understand that the honor you have been given is not an award, but a pact between you and those that you lead. A real leader uses their compassion and communication skills to create a trust between themselves and their constituents." Let's give a round of applause for this year's Always a Redskin Scholarship winner, Molly Gustafson. This year's second recipient wrote in his essay, "A Redskin leader is more than a lead role or a captain's armband. A Redskin leader is someone who faces challenges head on, and whatever the outcome, learns from the experiences and makes the most of the opportunities presented. Then they use that knowledge and experience to model success for future Redskins. A true Redskin leader leads by example and supports his teammates in high school and into the rest of their lives." Let's give a round of applause for this year's Always a Redskin Leader winner, Keaton Awerda.
On behalf of Rick and Marcy Bernicus, their daughter Kellen, their son Matt, head baseball coach Todd Kane, and Baseball Booster Club, I would like to award the 2021 Brian Bernicus Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded annually to a senior baseball player who has demonstrated dedication, loyalty, and character on and off the field. Applicants were asked to write about how they have exhibited these characteristics in their daily lives and what being awarded this scholarship would mean to them. The Bernicus family would like to sincerely thank all senior baseball players who applied for their heartfelt written responses. Ryan Bernicus was a 2011 graduate of Morris Community High School and a pitcher and first baseman in the MCHS baseball program. After high school, he attended the University of Iowa, majoring in pharmacology. In 2014, while attending Iowa, he was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a rare bone and soft tissue cancer that affects children and young adults. After being diagnosed, Ryan was determined to beat his illness and return to school to fulfill his dream of becoming a pharmacist. Throughout his fight, he demonstrated remarkable strength and courage, which isn't surprising at all to those of us who knew him. He was fortunate to have been surrounded by numerous friends and family who encouraged him to continue to fight, especially his school and community, and in particular, the MCHS baseball family. Ryan wanted to pay forward all the generosity he received during his long battle, and he believed a scholarship would be a great way to give back. He personally awarded the first scholarship in 2015 to a player who exhibited these similar characteristics of dedication, loyalty, and exemplary character. Sadly, we lost Ryan on April 13th, 2016, and it is a day that many of us will never forget. Just like Ryan, we will never forget the lives he touched, the unwavering courage he displayed, and what he stood for as a human being. It is true that Ryan left us much too soon, but it is his legacy and his number 31 that forever hangs in the lobby that will forever be with us. This $1,000 scholarship serves to help continue Ryan's legacy of courage and the pursuit of living a good life in all of the right ways, for all of the right reasons. It is my honor, on behalf of the Bernicus family, Coach Kane, and the Baseball Booster Club, to award the 2021 Ryan Bernicus Memorial Scholarship to senior baseball player Matt Lawton. And next, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Lincoln to the podium.
Good morning. My name is Diane Lincoln, and I'm honored to be here on behalf of the Wendling family today to present the Mark and Janice Wendling Memorial Scholarships. Kevin and Ryan Wendling sent me a little bit to read about their parents. Some of you remember Mark and Jan. They were tragically killed 5 years ago, and some of you guys might remember Mrs. Wendling as your 7th grade math teacher who would plan ahead for snow days before the joys of e-learning. And she would say, "Take these things home. It might snow." So she was just dedicated as a teacher. Mr. Wendling was always found helping people, whether the soccer field or in the neighborhood, all over the community. So I'm going to read what Kevin and Ryan, sent. The Wendling family, along with many friends and neighbors, established the Mark and Janice Wendling Memorial Scholarships in memory of two special individuals. Throughout their lives, Mark and Jan shared their time and talent endlessly with family, friends, and this community. It is the family's great honor to continue their legacy of helping others with these two scholarships. We hope that the recipients grow throughout their college years and become successful in their future careers while remembering to take the time to give back along the way. It is my honor to present the first scholarship to Emily Lindenborn. Our second recipient of the Mark and Janice Wendling Memorial Scholarship is Kennedy Dransfeld. Congratulations, Emily.
The Masonic Lodge Scholarship was established with the intent to provide the student with a means whereby he or she can pursue his or her chosen profession. The Masons give scholarships to Minooka High School, Coal City High School, Gardner South Wilmington High School, and Seneca High School, as well as Morris Community High School. This year we have 3 winners: Morgan Brown, Abigail Cunningham, and Zachary Zarbach. The Morris VFW Post 6049 and its auxiliary award academic scholarships to graduating seniors at Minooka Community High School and Morris Community High School. The applicant criteria for being considered for these scholarships for each school is to be a graduating senior with a minimum grade point average, to be in the bloodline of an honorably discharged veteran, to be accepted to an institution of higher education, and to complete an essay on a topic selected by the VFW. This year's VFW Post 6049 Auxiliary Academic Scholarship is awarded to Taylor Brayman. And this year's VFW Post 6049 Academic Scholarship is awarded to Taylor Nelson. The Morris Lions Club is a volunteer organization dedicated to leadership development through community service. The Morris Lions are local men and women who work together to answer the needs that challenge our community. Each year, they award 2 graduating seniors with scholarships, and these are $2,500 scholarships. And they are seniors who best show the attributes of good citizenship. Some of these attributes are honesty, scholarship, loyalty, leadership, service, and respect for others. Both of this year's winners are exemplary students who demonstrate outstanding citizenship. Congratulations to Tyler Davis and Kyla Kachelsvik. Next is the Robert and Melissa Schode Scholarship. Mr. Schode was a math teacher, coach, and administrator here at MCHS for 25 years, serving as principal from 1977 until 1990. A native of Riverton, Illinois, he received his Bachelor of Science degree from Illinois State University and his Master's of Education degree, as well as a Certificate of Advanced Study from the University of Illinois. This scholarship is one that I personally hold in very high regard. Mr. Schode was principal during my first 3 years of high school, and he was truly a man of character. He had a reputation for making MCHS an excellent academic institution, and the many exceptional teachers he hired exemplified that. His legacy lives on in many ways through the programs and traditions, and MCHS is a finer place because of his contributions and high standards. It is an honor for me to present the Robert and Melissa Schode Scholarship on behalf of their children, Steve, Mark, and Doug Schode, and they wrote to the winner, "Your personal statement of education and career goals was one of the strongest letters we've ever read. You nailed it when you said the path to success in any field is to be passionate about it. We wish you the very best in your future endeavors, including college and beyond. Congratulations to Sophie Path." Next is the SB Siren Scholarship. Mrs. SB Siren was born and lived in the Philippines until she met her husband, who was in the service during World War II. Mrs. Siren was involved in many service activities such as Grundy County 4-H, Morris Women's Club, Immaculate Conception Church and School, as well as the American Cancer Society. Mrs. Siren lost a courageous battle to cancer. This scholarship is awarded to an outstanding senior who has overcome obstacles and will be attending college next year. The winner of the SB Siren Scholarship is Abigail Cunningham. Next is the Mark R. McTague Scholarship. Mark R. McTague graduated from Morris Community High School. He graduated from the University of Iowa and lived in California, where he pursued his interest in acting. The recipient of the Mark McTague Scholarship is a graduating senior who has exhibited leadership qualities and has been an outstanding student as well as citizen. This year's recipient is Jada Less.
Our next scholarship is the Helen and Eugene L. Funk Memorial Scholarship. The scholarship in memory of Eugene L. Funk was established by his family upon his death on October 20th, 1992 in Morris. Mr. Funk was a local businessman who was known as a kind, helpful gentleman who was interested in the satisfaction of his customers and in the community of Morris, Illinois. This year's recipient of the Helen and Eugene L. Funk Memorial Scholarship is Morgan Brown. Our next award is the Dr. Keith and Senator Sue Resnick Endowment Scholarship. The committee selected this student based on a set of criteria and on behalf of Dr. Keith and Senator Sue Resnick. I would like to present the endowment scholarship to Madison Hughes. Each year, the Illinois Principals Association, along with participating schools, recognizes 2 outstanding students, 1 female and 1 male from the graduating class. The criteria for recognition are created by each school. Morris Community High School recognized students based on academic record and overall contributions to the school community. This year's recipients are Miss Sophie Pfaff and Alex Duffy. Our next scholarship award is the Fred W. Anderson Scholarship. In 1985, Morris Community High School was bequeathed monies by the late Fred W. Anderson, who had a career in cattle raising and theater management. This benevolence of Mr. Anderson reflects his long-standing interest in people and their education, as well as his strong interest in MCHS. This year's recipients are Abigail Cunningham, Kiki Ding, and Molly Gustafson. Our next award is from Financial Plus Credit Union. Financial Plus had many deserving applicants, and they congratulate all the graduates for their accomplishments and best wishes in their life journeys. One particular graduate stood out to them. This student is an outstanding academically and strong athlete who possesses leadership skills. They have enjoyed watching the student grow up through the credit union from being 5 years old in the Wiley Rabbit Club to the amazing young man he has become today. It is their great privilege and honor to award a $500 scholarship to John Landers. Our next award comes from the Kiwanis Club Activities Award. The Kiwanis Club of Morris is proud to provide 2 scholarships to students of Morris Community High School. The Kiwanis Club is an international global service organization dedicated to improving the lives of children, one community at a time. The Morris chapter is passionate about literacy, providing books to local grade school classrooms, among other activities. In this virtual world, we recognize your efforts and your sacrifices. We hope this donation helps you to continue to pursue the next steps in your journeys. The recipients are Alex Duffy and Molly Gustafson. Our next awards are the DAR and SAR awards. The National Society of Daughters of the American Revolution and Sons of the American Revolution recipients are voted on by the faculty of MCHS. The traits of honesty, scholarship, loyalty, leadership, and service and respect for others is used in making the selection. The National Society of Daughters for the American Revolution recipient is Kiki Ding. And the National Society of the Sons of the American Revolution recipient is Nathan Jepson. This next award goes to the student who has not missed a day of school in her high school career. Let that sink in for a second. Aside from the occasional dismissal from athletic events, school testing, or field trip, she has managed to be in attendance for all her classes since her first day freshman year back in 2017. That is quite the accomplishment. If you could please join me in honoring the recipient for this outstanding achievement, Miss Abigail Cunningham. Please now welcome to the podium Miss Laura Snowd.
Good morning. Today I'm here to honor the 2021 yearbook editors and staff. These girls have been working both inside and outside the classroom to make sure your yearbook is a time capsule to keep us all connected. They've attended practices, games, performances, and everything in between during this crazy year to capture your season highlights and successes. I would also like to thank the students and staff for your willingness to reply to countless emails, answer interview questions, and pose for pictures. Now I'd like to introduce two of our senior staff members, Morgan Brown and Devin Stapleton, who will announce the 2021 Chief Yearbook Dedication recipient.
Seniors, you may remember 3 years ago when you were a freshman honoring Mrs. Higgins as a 2018 dedication. The following year, Mrs. Zombras was added to the list of distinguished teachers who have received the award. And finally, last year, the chief staff presented Mr. Kane with the honor. This year, the publications staff has chosen graceful, clever, and kind to describe the 2021 recipient. This school year marked the 22nd year of teaching at MCHS for this individual. With those 22 years, this teacher has served the school not only as a dedicated and passionate teacher, but also a devoted leader in various extracurricular activities.
During high school, she was one of 3 valedictorians, active on the golf, softball, and basketball teams, and even performed in swing choir. After graduating from Eastern Illinois University, she was able to bring her love of math to MCHS, where she has helped many students grow and be successful. Her daughter, Alexa, says that she will always spend time making sure that everyone is confident in what they are doing, and if they aren't, she is very selfless by giving up her extra time for others. The Morris community is lucky to have this wonderful teacher dedicate her time to the students and their education. She has inspired so many along the way and will continue to do so here at MCHS. And we, the 2021 yearbook staff, are happy to award this year's dedication to Mrs. Brenda Edwards.
But you gotta give a speech, Brenda. You gotta give a speech.
Oh boy. You wear the feedback. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I can't, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I don't know where to begin. So ever since I was young, I knew that I wanted to help people. So I always knew I was going to be a nurse or I was going to be a teacher. And throughout the years, I grew to love math, so it kind of fell into place that this is what I was meant to do. And all my family is standing back there, and friends. So I'm just so grateful to be able to teach at a place like MCHS. Our administrators and our teachers and our staff, it just makes every day wonderful to be here. My fellow math teachers makes it enjoyable as well. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without having your support. And my family and friends who are all standing there. And my students, probably most important. Seniors, good luck. I think about you, a lot of you I had as freshmen, and I've seen you grow throughout the years. And I can't believe you're sitting here ready to graduate. So I guess just a few words of advice. So I guess three things. I've always thought if I could give advice, this is what I'd give. Be kind. I think that's so important as you go through life because it truly shows your character. Be passionate about what you do. Sophie, you mentioned that. And it's such an important trait. You have to be passionate about what you do. Otherwise, I think this last year would have been very, very challenging, even more challenging than what it was. And surround yourselves with good people as you move forward. All right, yearbook and staff, thank you for this incredible honor. All right, I think that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to call forward our student body president, Alex Duffy.
To quote the greatest visionary of our time, Michael Scott, "Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope to find it along the way." Today, I plan to follow in his footsteps. Students, for those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of getting to know throughout these last 4 years, my name is Alex Duffy, and I'm your student body president. Or perhaps you might know me best as the guy who announces weird holidays before the pledge every morning. Despite everything that the world has thrown at us, COVID-19, climate change, the end of snow days as we know it, we've still managed to surpass the odds and make it here today. Nearly 4 years ago, we entered the perennial powerhouse as we know it, Morris Community High School. We danced to sicko mode at sophomore year sweethearts, turned our cameras on for Zoom, and ate the cafeteria staff heat they cooked up daily. Those Bosco sticks truly were bussin'. In all seriousness, this journey we've had with MCHS has given us countless memories that I'll never forget. From the best days to the worst, you all, classmates, teachers, friends, and family, have always been there to lift us up. There is no doubting this year has presented itself with a variety of obstacles. But we at Morris students have always done what we always do best, rising up to the challenge. Despite COVID-19, we've managed to complete feats impressive for any school year, let alone one in the midst of a global pandemic. I attribute this success to the amazing students and staff within this building. We have proved that MCHS holds some of the best and brightest around. There's no doubting COVID-19 has drastically changed our lives. I mean, with remote learning, it was pretty hard to use the "I left my homework at home" excuse. Throughout the entirety of this pandemic, we've been given constant reminders from celebrities and commercials that we're living in unprecedented times. But the truth of the matter is that we're not. A little over 100 years ago, the class of 1919 faced a very similar situation with the Spanish flu. Well, the only difference is that they didn't have to fill out their self-health check forms every morning. Yet they prevailed, emerging out of it stronger than ever and earning themselves the title of the greatest generation. The success we have created isn't stopping here. The legacy this group of students has made will continue into our adult lives and beyond. And given the trends seen in this difficult year, there's no doubt in my mind that the future of Morris will continue to complete this task. We have cemented ourselves in the history books of MCHS. The point I'm trying to make is that despite everything thrown at us, we've managed not only to survive in these conditions, but to thrive. COVID-19 has given us a hard knock lesson that life doesn't always go out the way we plan it to, but maybe that isn't such a bad thing. We've conditioned ourselves to become more resourceful, more innovative, and to think outside of the box. Just like the class of 1919 did, we've been given the traits to succeed in the real world no matter what path we go down. MCHS, we are destined for greatness. I believe DJ Khaled said it best with, "We the best." Now there's two more things I'd like to do. Can I have my student body vice president, John Landers, please stand up? And can everyone please give him a round of applause? John, throughout these last 4 years, you have been the best vice president that any president could ask for, and I truly thank you for that. So thank you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to formally hand things over to our new student body president-elect, Libby Wright. Now, I've gotten to know Libby. We both went to Saratoga, and I know she'll do a great job representing our school, and I wish her nothing but the best for the future. After all, her success is our success. Congratulations, Libby. Now, I'm going to formally hand over the gavel, which, by the way, I didn't have a gavel, okay? But I guess she's getting one, so, I mean, here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I have one more thing I have to do before I'm done being your student body president. It's in my pocket. Okay. So, if you don't know, we had our elections yesterday, and so I am going to announce the winners of the executive board positions. So our Sergeant of Arms is going to be Catherine Halcomb, our Treasurer, Alexa Edwards, our Secretary, Ava Trotter, our Vice President, Nicholas Russell, and our President, Libby Wright. Take it away, Libby.
Thank you, Alex. I just wanted to quickly say thank you to everyone who voted for me. I'm really excited to take on this new position as student body president, and I'm really excited to see what next year has in store for us. Hopefully it can be back to normal and a good school year. Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to help him with that, that'd be good. Those will be the senior pile. All right, we're going to move on to the next part of our program for today. And one of the most important recognitions we provide each year is for those students who have achieved academic excellence throughout the year. At this time, we would like to honor those students who have met the following criteria. Any student on the high honor roll 2 of the 3 quarters during this school year and having a cumulative grade point average of at least 4.75, or any student on the high honor roll for all 3 9-week grading periods, or any senior having earned a 4.75 cumulative grade point average or higher. Special thanks go out to Jim and Carol Baum, whose continued support of academic excellence at MCHS has helped us to make our annual recognition of these students a success. I'd also like to recognize our Board of Education for their dedicated service to our district. I'd like to thank Board President Scott Hastings, Vice President Lynn Vermillion, Secretary Chris Danik, and members Susie Brown, Matt Eber, Todd Mattill, and Mike Wright. I also want to thank all of our honorees, parents, and their teachers, past and present, for the extraordinary contributions that they have made to our students' success. Your support has made a huge difference in these students' lives and accomplishments. At this time, I would like to recognize the students who met these criteria to qualify for honors recognition. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to start with the freshman class. And I know it may take some of you a while to get down here, but these are in no particular order. So Mr. Johnson and Mr. Gorley will assist in handing these out. So from the freshman class, Riley Ahern, Bennett Ammer, Dominic Bertoni, Marvin Berriman, Alexa Biros, Dulcinea Cabrera, Roman Cleaton, Xavier Coram, Giovanna Escobedo, Nathan Edevard, Allie Fisher, Christian Morales, Emma Frobish, Valeria Garcia, Elena Gates, Angela Georgiaklis, Angelina Haish, Jared Hauk, Christopher Hovius, Logan Houston, Molly Jacobson, Colby Johnson, Emma Johnson, Amanda Joseph, Joseph Lanahan, Emma Levitt, Alondra Lugo Martinez, Madeline Luke, Samuel Mateski, Braden Matthews, Elena Mueller, Miranda Muffler, Gracie Nelson, Stephanie Olina, Melissa Olivares, Corey Olson, Haven Perdomo, Aubrey Phillips, Faith Reagan, Maddox Retta, Janice Santana, Tyler Semler, Taylor Singleton, Ava Smith, Margaret Stubinger, Jacob Swartz, Kendra Vasquez, Stephanie Vera, Elena Vidales, Sydney Walker, Reagan Weber, Madison Wiedeck, Aaron Wills, Charles Wright, Emilia Zaka, Melanie Zavala, Ambrose Zwiers. Congratulations to the freshmen. Moving on to the sophomore class, Emma Aldrich, Baylor Amiano, Jordan Ansel, Claire Beeler, Zachary Berman, Graciela Best, Sophia Best, Faith Bogard, Alexa Scheidez, Kylie Claypool, Chloe Coleman, Shiapol Corsello, Melanie Cunningham, Ella Davis, Christana DeVigili, Joy Dudley, Caitlin Eisenbeis, Aiden Ellingham, Melissa Govia, Christopher Harris, Abigail Henson, Sophie Hypes, Ava Hitchcock, Maya Hitchcock, Carly Hood, Kayla Jepson, Tessa Johnson, Mason Kitchell, Kira Kachelzvik, Hannah Lauterbach, Natalie Lawton, Jack Mills, Peyton Murphy, Justin Newman, Haley Nicolades, Ava Ostrom, Alexander Pasquale, Priya Patel, Rachel Shaudas, Emmanuel Soto, Addison Stacy, Brandon Temmie, Amber Tassoni, Avery Trevino, Luna Valderrama, Jack Wegley, Caden Welch, Jonah Williams, Levi Wilson, Gretchen Zarbach. Congratulations to the sophomore class. Next, the juniors, Lauren Bounds, Tessa Brummel, Jeffrey Bisdell, Michael Carlson, Daniel Davey, Alec Din, Madigan Doss, Alexa Edwards, Kevin Fisher, Emily Haish, Catherine Halcomb, Henry Hansen, Aiden Howe, Emma Knudsen, Samuel Listina, Grace Lines, Hannah McGee, Olivia Moore, Ethan Morrissey, Addison Murphy, Madison Noon, Madeline Pilch, Adriana Placencia, Kenzie Puckett, Nicholas Russell, Alyssa Schultz, Logan Siemens, Lauren Shear, Alyssa Terrell, Kayla Walker, Grayson Weber, Mackenzie Zweers. Congratulations to the junior class. Yeah. But they're all right here. So if you want to go down and kind of help them. They'll all get an envelope. Yeah. I'll explain so they know what they're doing. Yeah. The next group will be the seniors, and just a note, you are getting an envelope with your name on it because thanks to Jim and Carol Baum again, you are receiving a gift certificate to the Chamber of Commerce. So make sure you get the right envelope. If you don't, you can just trade it with someone as you're coming up. So now for the seniors, Cameron Anderson. Want to just walk across? We'll just have you walk across. That'll be less confusing. Cameron Anderson, Keaton Awerda, Rebecca Baxa, Taylor Brayman, Owen Burns, Bryce Claypool, Colsey Connor, Veronica Kumba, Abigail Cunningham, Tyler Davis, Aaron Day, Kiki Ding, Caitlin Fowley, Mackenzie Garisher, Lydia Guile, Kate Gugerty, Molly Gustafson, Jack Hansen, Rachel Heap, Jonathan Henson, Madison Hughes, Nathan Jepson, Kyla Kachelsvik, Taylor Kraus, John Landers, Matthew Lawton, Jada Less, Brianna McGray, Willow Mercado, McKenna Montgomery, Taylor Nelson, Riley Nesty, Charles Pasquale, Sophie Paff, Emma Phillips, Sydney Safarsik, Grace Scott, Drew Smith, Claire Stevenson, Martin Vera Jr. Congratulations to the senior class. All right, I'm just looking at the clock here, and we're doing great with time. A couple of notes before we wrap up the morning program. Seniors, we're going to keep you for a little bit. We need to talk a little bit about some things. Before I dismiss people, I want to remind you that this afternoon we will pick up with the next part of our program at 1:10. Your 6th hour teacher will escort you out here. So you'll be going to 4th hour next. I would imagine you might need to go back to your 2nd hour to get materials if you left them in that room. We're ahead of schedule, so we have time. So other than the seniors, I will go ahead and dismiss you to 4th hour. Thank you.